This is Flow News at noon on Flow 94.9 FM, Umuahia, the flow of God's own state. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. My name is Chimdindu Chambers. The headlines: PDP seeks fresh access to INEC server. DSS warns aggrieved politicians against alleged plot to destabilize government. Abia State explains delay in payment of teachers' salary. And on the foreign scene, Hollywood actor Arnold Schwarzenegger attacked in South Africa. Details shortly. President Muhammadu Buhari and wife Aisha on Saturday performed Umrah, also known as Lesser Hajj, at the Masjid Haram, the Grand Mosque of Makkah, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. President Buhari, who embarked on the journey with close personal aides on Thursday, was invited by King Salman bin Abdulaziz, the ruler of Saudi Arabia and custodian of the two holy mosques, to perform the Umrah in the kingdom.
Of course, I will pray for stability and prosperity. That's what I will pray for, and that's what I will work for. We hope the next 4 years will be stable, will be economically viable, and we hope Nigerians will understand us and believe us.
President Buhari is expected back in the country on Tuesday, May 21. Former President of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, has denied allegations of withdrawing billions of naira from nation's treasury while he was in office. The former president, who spoke at a meeting organized by the Anglican community in Abuja, described the allegation as false and misleading.
So I think the earlier the governor does his bit to, one, remove that free zone, two, remove the market, remove the radio, state radio mast. It's directly on approach part of the airport, go in there and finish.
I remember a particular incident, I didn't mention names, but the Prime Minister will remember, where somebody was talking about billions that were removed from the CBN, and asked them how many trucks were used to carry all these billions. Because Nigeria, we get carried away by figures, and it's sad that we go too low to tell lies against people.
Jonathan asked for more prayers over the spate of insecurity in the country and asked that more should be done to nip the crisis in the bud. The People's Democratic Party and its candidate in the February 23 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, have filed a fresh application for access to information contained in the smart card readers and central server, which is said the Independent National Electoral Commission used for the conduct of the disputed election. They filed the application before the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, where their petition challenging President Muhammadu Buhari and his All Progressives Congress victory at the poll is pending. The petitioners, through their lead counsel, Levi Uzuku, made the request despite INEC's insistence that the results of the election were manually collated and never transmitted electronically. The federal government says the planned downgrading of the Akanu Ibiam International Airport is informed by terrible state of runway and constant encroachment of the airport property by Enugu State government and residents. Minister of State for Aviation Hadi Sirika, who made this known at the 2019 Stakeholders Forum in Lagos, said the decision was taken to enable the federal government to work on the airport runway to avoid any major incident. He explained that the government wanted to expand the runway to 60 meters long and 71 meters wide, but there were few houses, a market, and an abattoir at the side of the runway that attracts birds.
So I think the earlier the governor does his bit to, one, remove that free zone, two, remove the market, remove the radio, state radio mast. It's directly on approach part of the airport, go in there and finish.
The Department of State Services is cautioning aggrieved politicians against acts of subversion against Nigeria. The service also condemned the recent activities of some individuals in the name of Nigeria Continuity and Progress, which has allegedly called for a revolution and forceful change of government in the country. A statement by the spokesperson for the DSS, Peter Afnaya, alleged that the group is working in tandem with a body of subversive agents and adversaries of the Nigerian state. Meanwhile, the federal government is insisting that it has credible evidence to back up its outcry that the opposition is planning to sabotage the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration by overheating the polity to make the country ungovernable. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed said at the 2019 edition of his annual Ramadan lecture in Kwara State that security agencies are all alert to their responsibilities and will not sit by and allow anyone to reverse the gains of democracy under any guise.
No government, with the kind of evidence that we have of plans to subvert the powers of the state, attack the nation's economic life wire, and generally on this mayhem on the polity, we keep quiet. The security agencies are all alert.
The immediate past commissioner for education in Abia State, Professor Chimdindu, is attributing the delay in the payment of teachers' salary in the state on the misapprehension of the structure of the universal basic education in the past. Speaking of Flow FM's agenda-setting program, The Impact, with a special focus on the education sector, Professor Mboji said the state government had erroneously borne the burden of junior secondary education for many years.
This is the only state where those who teach in the junior secondary school, that's JSS 1 to 3, rather than be paid by the federal government, the state government has been paying them for over 10 years. And that largely accounts for the delay in the payment of teachers within the senior secondary sector.
He said the governor has approved the disarticulation process to reduce the financial burden on the state government.
The federal government makes contributions towards the payment of salaries, and then some of the budgetary provisions for the local government ought to be taken off and then put into that common pool. From there, you now pay the salaries of those who teach in the junior secondary school. So if that had been done, the burden, the financial burden that the state has been bearing with respect of payment of the teachers would have been more than halved.
Meanwhile, the National Secretary, Private School Proprietors Association of Nigeria, Mazi Enyi Habo, is questioning the supervisory role of Abia State government in the affairs of some educational institutions that are not performing optimally. Speaking of Flow FM's agenda-setting program, The Impact, Habo cited Abia State Polytechnic, Aba, and Abia State College of Education, Technical, Arochukwu, and urged the government to appoint professionals to run the affairs of the institutions.
The government appoints the rector, the government appoints the board that supervises the management and all that. So the government cannot shake away from the accusations and of that. If you have appointed the rector, did you appoint the right person there? Does he have the right capacities to run that school? Can he attract students? Can he attract funding? Can he run that place well? Can he put his feet down and make sure that all these kind of arbitrary employments are not done?
He further warned against the appointment of politicians into the boards of educational institutions.
Because if you put a politician there, the politician is thinking about the next election. And so he will be employing people to get his constituency to vote for him for the next election. And so that's how, but if you put a professional there, then that professional will do a better job because he knows he's not going for election. He doesn't have any constituency apart from the academic constituency that he has. And he has to prove his mettle there. And then you don't fill the board with politicians also who are looking for contracts. Because all that will be happening in the subventions that the government is sending to them, the politicians will just share it.
Flow News at noon continues shortly with foreign, sports and entertainment news. Stay with us.
This is Flow 94.9 FM.
Glad to know that you're still there. Away from the shores of Nigeria, video footage has shown Hollywood star Arnold Schwarzenegger being attacked at an event in South Africa. The 71-year-old former California governor was interacting with fans during a skipping competition at his Arnold Classic Africa sporting event when a man drop-kicked him from behind. The attacker is seen being restrained following the incident. Schwarzenegger thanked fans on Twitter for their concern, but insisted there was nothing to worry about. And in sports, Nigeria Super Falcons defeated hosts Côte d'Ivoire 6-5 on penalties to claim the WAFU Women's Cup title in Abidjan yesterday. Ghana secured third place after claiming 8-7 penalty shootout win against Mali. The Falcons are due back in Nigeria today, while the delegation to the FIFA World Cup final camp in Austria will depart Nigeria on Monday night. Meanwhile, Manchester City completed the first ever domestic treble in English football in emphatic fashion by dispatching Watford 6-0 at Wembley to claim FA Cup on Saturday. Up next is entertainment updates with Mike Looney standing by.
Nigerian music stars, including the Chimdindu crooner Burna Boy and Mr. Easy, have been nominated for the International Act category of the 2019 BET Awards. In the Best New International Act category, Nigeria's fast rising star, Teniola Bata, popularly known as Tenny Makanaki, also made the list. The 2019 BET Awards will take place at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles on the 23rd of June. The awards celebrate the brightest stars across music, television, film, sports, and philanthropy. After a 5-year hiatus, Nigerian singer and songwriter Asha has released a new single. She released the song titled The Beginning on Tuesday to the delight of fans who had long anticipated her comeback, while hinting that the song is an opening track of an upcoming album. The Beginning announces the start of a new musical chapter for Asha, and with soft harmonies, the strength of the emotions filter through her voice. You began just for a little while. Prior to her break, her last album titled Bed of Stone was released in 2014 with hit tracks such as Dead Again and Ayo. Television reality star Kim Kardashian West said on Friday that she and rapper Kanye West have welcomed their fourth child, a boy born through surrogate. The new baby boy joins 3 other siblings: sister Chicago, who was born last year through surrogate, 5-year-old sister North, and 3-year-old brother Saint. The couple had yet to announce the new baby's name, but Kardashian said the new boy was also, in quote, Chicago's twin. LOL, I'm sure he will change a lot, but now he looks just like her. End of quote. That's it on the entertainment news. My name is Michael Oni.
Thank you so much, Michael, for that update. To end the news, a recap of our major stories. The People's Democratic Party and its candidate in the February 23 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, have filed a fresh application for access to information contained in the smart card readers and central server, which is said the Independent National Electoral Commission used for the conduct of the disputed election. Department of State Services is cautioning aggrieved politicians against acts of subversion against Nigeria. Immediate past Commissioner for Education in Abia State, Professor Ike Chimboji, is attributing the delay in the payment of teachers' salary in the state on the misapprehension of the structure of the universal basic education in the past. And from the foreign scene, video footage has shown Hollywood star Arnold Schwarzenegger being attacked at an event in South Africa. Thanks for being with us. Remember that security is everyone's business. Provide useful information to security agencies to ensure your security. Do join us at 6:45 a.m., noon and 6 p.m. every weekday for additional newscast. This is Flow 94.9 FM, Umuahia, the flow of God's own state. You can send your views or information to flowfmnews@gmail.com or visit www.flownews.com.ng for more stories. This bulletin was edited by Samson Eze. My name is Chimdindu Chambers. Have yourself a lovely day. Up next is Talk Your Own. Make Niger better.
Radio.
It's not just radio anymore. Flow 94.9 FM brings you something big and new. Let's give you that camera light action effect, which is also part of our complete outside broadcast services for all your event coverage, both recorded and live. Juicy offers await you as you do business with us.
Let's go.
So what do you have? Is it a wedding, cultural event, birthday, conference, seminar, or showbiz? Whatever it is, we are always ready and set to give you what you need. We also run visual advert for your company, products, and services. And we air not just on radio, but also on our online TV. For more information and booking, you can visit Flow 94.9 FM located at 7B Factory Road, Umuahia, or visit our marketing office at Bank of Industry Building, number 1 Constitution Crescent, Asa Road, Aba, Abia State. Or call our marketing team on 0703 160 8029 or 0805 174 5686. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state.